Damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
What do YouTube? B Kelly back again with another banger video, and in today's video, y'all, I am going to be talking about what happened to the past 10 Biletnikoff Award winners from 2011 to 2020. Now, the Biletnikoff Award goes to the best receiver in college football for that season. In the 2011 college football season, the Biletnikoff Award winner was Justin Blackmon, wide receiver from Oklahoma State University. Now, Justin Blackmon actually won this award twice in his 3-year career at OSU. He won one as a sophomore in 2010 and won one as a junior in 2011. Now, in the 2011 college football season, Justin Blackmon had 122 receptions for 1,522 yards, averaging 12.5 yards per reception, and 18 total touchdowns. After his second straight Biletnikoff Award-winning season, he would declare his name for the 2012 NFL Draft, effectively forgoing his final year of college eligibility at Oklahoma State. He would end up being selected in the first round, 5th overall selection by Jacksonville. Justin Blackmon looked very promising in the very start of his NFL career with Jacksonville. As a rookie in the 2012 NFL season, he played in all 16 games for the Jags, and he had 865 receiving yards, averaging almost 14 yards per reception and 5 touchdowns. This was a really good sign for Jags fans. But in the 2013 NFL season, he would play very well when he was playing, but he only played 4 games due to injury. But in those 4 games, he had 415 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. In Blackmon's 3rd year in the NFL, he would miss the entire 2014 NFL season due to the violation of league substance abuse policy. Justin Blackmon would have problems with the law and legal issues, and he has not played in the NFL since 2013. In the 2012 college football season, the Biletnikoff Award winner was wide receiver from USC, Marqise Lee. Now, in the 2012 college football season, he had 1,721 receiving yards on 118 receptions, averaging almost 15 yards per reception and 14 total touchdowns through the air. Going into his junior campaign for the 2013 college football season, he was expected to actually win the Biletnikoff for the 2nd straight year in a row, but that would not happen as Marqise Lee actually had a disappointing season compared to his Biletnikoff Award-winning season, even though it was still a pretty decent season itself. In 11 games played in 2013, he had 57 receptions for 791 yards, averaging 14 yards per reception and 4 touchdowns. He would forgo his final year of eligibility at USC and declare his name for the 2014 NFL Draft, where he was taken by Jacksonville in the 2nd round. Marqise Lee has played a total of 5 seasons in the NFL, all with Jacksonville. He has had a decent career. I wouldn't say he's had an amazing career, but he's definitely had some solid seasons like 2016, where he had 851 receiving yards, and 2017, where he had 702 receiving yards. Now, in his career, he has 2,184 receiving yards in 5 seasons, averaging 13 yards per reception and 8 touchdowns. In 2020, he opted out of the season with the Patriots, and then in 2021, he would sign with the San Francisco 49ers before being released 4 days later. He is currently a free agent. In 2013, Brandon Cooks, wide receiver from Oregon State, won the Biletnikoff Award in his 3rd year of college football. Now, in his junior year in the 2013 season, he had a monster year where he had 128 receptions for 1,730 yards, averaging almost 14 yards per reception and 16 touchdowns through the air. After 2 good back-to-back 1,000-plus yard seasons, Brandon Cooks would declare early for the 2014 NFL Draft, where he was taken in the 1st round, 20th overall pick by the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Cooks has played in the NFL for a total of 7 seasons and has had a journeyman-like career so far. He has played in the NFL for 7 years, like I said, but he has played for 4 different teams in the Saints, Rams, Texans, and Patriots. But he's had a very solid career so far, where he's had 6,880 receiving yards in his career, 14 yards per reception, and 40 total touchdowns through the air. And not only that, Brandon Cooks has had 5 1,000-plus yard receiving seasons out of the 7 so far in his NFL career. In the 2014 college football season, the Biletnikoff Award winner for this season was wide receiver from Alabama, Amari Cooper. Now, Amari Cooper had a monster season this year, where in 14 games played for the Crimson Tide, he had 124 receptions for 1,727 receiving yards, averaging 14 yards per reception and 16 touchdowns. In this season as well, he would finish third in Heisman voting, and he would declare early for the 2015 NFL Draft, forgoing his final year of eligibility, ending his career at Alabama with one national championship game appearance in his freshman year, in which he won in 2012 versus Notre Dame. Now, he would be taken with the 4th overall selection in the 2015 NFL Draft by the Oakland Raiders. Amari Cooper has been in the NFL for a total of 6 seasons now, and he has played for 2 different teams in the Oakland Raiders and Dallas Cowboys, and he's had a very good career so far, where in his 6-year career he has had 449 receptions for 6,211 yards, averaging 14 yards per reception and 38 total touchdowns through the air, and not only that, he has made 4 Pro Bowl appearances as well. Amari is currently seen as one of the best receivers in the NFL right now. In the 2015 college football season, the Biletnikoff Award winner was from Baylor, and that was wide receiver Corey Coleman. Now, in the 2015 college football season, in his junior campaign, Corey Coleman had a huge season where he had 74 receptions for 1,363 yards, averaging a very impressive 18 yards per reception and 20 total touchdowns through the air. Coleman would declare his name for the 2016 NFL Draft, declaring early from Baylor, and he was selected with the 15th overall pick in the first round by the Cleveland Browns. Corey Coleman spent 3 years in the NFL so far, from 2016 to 2018, spending 2 with the Cleveland Browns and 1 with the New York Giants. Corey Coleman in 3 years has recorded 61 receptions for 789 yards, 13 yards per reception, and 5 touchdowns. One of the biggest problems that he's had in his career is injury issues and his catch percentage, which is the percentage of the balls you catch, and he's only caught a career of 44% of the passes thrown his way, and many label him as a bust and a disappointment after his high draft stock and the expectations he had coming into the league. Since last playing in 2018, Corey Coleman tore his ACL in 2019, and in 2020 he was on the practice squad for the Giants before being ultimately released during the season, and he's currently a free agent serving a 6-game suspension by the NFL for the 2021 NFL season. In the 2016 college football season, the Biletnikoff Award winner was Oklahoma wide receiver D.D. Westbrook. Now, in his senior campaign in the 2016 college football season, he recorded 80 receptions in 13 games with 1,524 receiving yards, averaging an insane 19 yards per reception and 17 touchdowns. In the 2017 NFL Draft, he was taken in the 4th round by Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook has spent 4 seasons in the NFL so far, all with Jacksonville, and is currently a free agent before the 2021 NFL season. In his 4-year career with Jacksonville, he has recorded 160 receptions for 1,720 receiving yards, averaging 11 yards per reception and 9 touchdowns. In the 2020 season, he only played in 2 games due to tearing his ACL, but has had a couple solid seasons in the NFL so far, such as 2018, where he had 717 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns, and 2019, where he had 660 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. For the 2017 college football season, James Washington from Oklahoma State University won the Biletnikoff Award. In 13 games played, he recorded 74 receptions for 1,549 yards, averaging almost 21 yards per reception and 13 touchdowns. In the 2018 NFL Draft, he was taken in the 2nd round by the Pittsburgh Steelers. James Washington has been in the NFL for 3 years now, all with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and in those 3 years, he has recorded 90 receptions for 1,344 yards, averaging 15 yards per reception and 9 touchdowns. In 2019, he had a breakout season with the Steelers after their receiving room was battered with injuries, where in 15 games played, he had 735 receiving yards, averaging 17 yards per reception and 3 touchdowns. In the 2018 college football season, Jerry Jeudy, as a sophomore at Alabama, won the Biletnikoff Award for this season. In 15 games played, he recorded 68 receptions for 1,315 yards, averaging 19 yards per reception and 14 total touchdowns. In his junior campaign at Alabama in 2019, he would record 1,163 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns with 15 yards per reception, and after this season, he would declare his name for the 2020 NFL Draft, where he was taken with the 15th overall pick in the first round by the Denver Broncos, and he would win one national title at Alabama as well in 2017. As of right now, Jerry Jeudy has only played in one season in the NFL so far, which is his rookie campaign in 2020 with the Broncos. He had a solid season, as in 16 games played, he had 113 targets for 52 receptions, and he had 856 receiving yards, averaging 16.5 yards per reception and 3 touchdowns. In the 2019 college football season, wide receiver from LSU, Jamar Chase, won the Biletnikoff Award for that season as a true sophomore. Now, in that season, in 14 games played, he had 84 receptions for 1,780 yards, averaging 21 yards per reception and 20 touchdowns. In this season as well, he would win a national championship title with LSU, as he was a part of one of the best college football teams ever, as some say. In the 2020 college football season, as a junior, he did not play in any games, as he did opt out for that season. He would declare his name early for the 2021 NFL Draft, where he was taken with the 5th overall pick in the first round by the Cincinnati Bengals. The final Biletnikoff Award winner that I'm going to be talking about today was from this past college football season, for the 2020 college football season, and that is none other than wide receiver from Alabama, DeVonta Smith. Now, in this season, DeVonta Smith won the Heisman, National Championship, and the Biletnikoff Award, and it was rightfully so. In 13 games played, at 117 receptions for 1,856 yards, averaging 16 yards per reception and 23 total touchdowns in the air. The guy balled out. He would end his career at Alabama with 2 national championships as well. In the 2020 NFL Draft, he was taken in the first round, 10th overall pick by the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, guys, now that I'm at the end of the video, remember to smash that like button, turn on them post notifications, and subscribe for more videos. B. Kelly, out.